When did you learn that your sibling was your parents' favorite child? Where is it? My older brother, Garrett's voice rang through the semi-empty house, startling me into dropping some cereal on the floor. I let out a low curse as I began mopping up the food off the floor. Garrett leaped down the stairs and stormed toward me, his face twisted with rage. It confused me because he never had an attitude with me. Why was he suddenly so angry? He grabbed the front of my shirt and dragged me to my feet, shaking violently. My phone, he growled. Where is it? I stared at him with wide eyes before laughing uneasily. Seriously? All this because you misplaced your phone? Let me go. You probably just dropped it off your bed or something. I was proud of my voice for not shaking. Garrett always had a temper, but it wasn't normally directed at me. He was always my protector, not my attacker. He didn't release me as his breathing grew deeper and more ragged. Then Dad entered the room with a frown on his face. What is going on? He demanded. Garrett, let your brother go. Garrett shook his head stubbornly. He stole my phone, he snapped. I'm not letting him go until he coughs it up. Dad turned his disapproving look on me. Give it back, he ordered coldly. I don't have it, I screeched, struggling to get out of Garrett's hold. I didn't take it. Garrett yanked me forward and leaned his face down to hover above mine. I know you took it, little twerp, he hissed. Just give it back. My heart raced in my chest as I began to shake with adrenaline. This couldn't be happening. Garrett and I used to be best friends. He was only 2 years older than me, so we were practically inseparable. We played together, went to school together, worked together, and had each other's backs. I didn't understand why he suddenly thought I was capable of stealing from him. Garrett suddenly picked me up by the front of the shirt and slammed me down on the kitchen table. I squeaked in pain as I tried to get away from him. Dad said nothing to stop Garrett from hurting me. Instead, he stood back with his arms folded across his chest and a stony expression on his face. Mom came running into the room a minute later. What's going on? She asked before gasping. Help! I pleaded with her. Get him off me! He's crazy! Mom shot Dad a questioning look. He stole Garrett's phone, Dad explained. Mom shot me a glare. Give it back, she ordered with a snap. Anger rose inside me and I grabbed one of Garrett's fingers, bending it backwards enough for him to hiss in pain and loosen his grip. I shimmied out from under his hand and put distance between us, breathing hard. My hands were up in a defensive position, something I never thought would happen with my own family. I didn't steal anything, I said in a low voice. Just leave me alone. Garrett suddenly lunged for me, wrapping his arm around my throat and squeezing until he started restricting my air. I gasped for breath and struggled to get away from him with no luck. That was when his phone suddenly fell from his pocket. Mom and Dad stared at the device for a moment before glancing at Garrett. Did they immediately jump to my defense? No. Did they tell him to get off me? No. Did they leave the room and throw me to the wolves? Yes, they did. I was starting to get desperate and my parents were no help, just leaving. I think they said something, but I was too far gone to hear it. Garrett leaned down to whisper in my ear, "You're no longer their favorite child." I am. He put on a little more pressure before finally releasing me, leaving me on the floor gulping down breaths of fresh air. He strolled away, laughing his head off. I dragged myself to the bathroom. My neck was bright red and already bruised. I wasn't going to let my brother get away with almost killing me. And for what? To prove that he was now the favorite kid? I didn't know our parents had favorites, but it suddenly made sense. I headed to the police station where they photographed my neck. They arrested my brother and I told them I wanted to press charges. My parents immediately tried talking me out of it, saying he just got carried away. They didn't care that he almost killed me. They cared that I went to the police about it. They testified, lying on the stand for Garrett, but there was enough evidence that he went to prison for several years. I couldn't live with parents who had favorites, so I couch surfed on my friends' couches until graduation. After graduation, I went to college and moved across the country. I never saw or talked to my family again.